Hey everyone, welcome to today's Program Yourself Thin podcast. Today we're talking about what if you eat perfectly and don't lose any weight, right? The biggest fear of every dieter out there. And this was actually inspired by a client of mine that just wrote to me and they go, I'm 17 days in and I'm listening to the program faithfully. I'm eating, my eating's gotten better. I've been exercising regularly and I'm not losing any weight. And so I'm feeling frustrated and I feel like I'm about to quit. And so we've all dealt with this. Okay. So what are we going to do about it? Because it's time for us to stop just experiencing it and letting it knock us off track completely and to see it in perspective. And if you don't get a handle on this, I don't think you'll ever be able to master your weight because you're never going to lose weight fast enough for yourself. So, well, Jim, I just need to lose a pound. Well, the pound wouldn't have been enough. Okay. It's not just 1 pound. And so let's take a step and look at this. 17 days. I've been doing everything perfectly. My eating's been amazing. My exercise has been amazing. I haven't lost a weight. It's not working. Okay. Is it not working or is it working? Let's think about that. You've changed your eating and your lifestyle tremendously. So that's working. You haven't lost any weight yet. Does that mean it's not working? Well, it's been 17 days. How could I possibly do everything right and not lose weight unless my body's broken? Right? Isn't that what we all think? Right? As soon as we don't lose any weight, there's something wrong with my metabolism. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm too stressed. I'm too whatever. My family's overweight. I can't lose weight. What if it took more than 17 days, though, for you to start losing weight? Isn't that a possibility? Why do you think, what do you know about weight that I don't, that you think you should lose weight? If you eat well for a week, you should lose 2 pounds, a pound. What do you know about weight that I don't, that you think in 17 days, if it's going to work, I should have lost weight by now? What do you say to people that I've worked with that haven't lost weight for 30 days, sometimes 60 days, and then they start losing all the weight? What do you say to that? Well, if I can't lose weight fast, I'm not going to do it, is usually what dieters say to it. And so you got to look at this because you have some sense or idea of how fast you're going to lose weight. And I don't know what it's based on. Is it based on past experiences when you've done absolutely extreme things to lose weight? Is it based on a calorie calculator? What's it based on? What rate of weight do you think you should lose? And what are you basing that information on? Let's just say you base it on a calorie calculator and you say, okay, well, if I eat this way for 17 days, I should be 6 pounds down. And you do that and you get to 17 days out and you don't lose a pound. What do? My body's broken. I quit. It's not going to work. Nothing's going to work. Or is it possible that your body loses weight slower than other people's and slower than what you expected? And if that's the case, what are you going to do? Say you're a person who loses weight slowly. What are you going to do? Because is it working? You've completely changed how you're eating. That's working. So what's not working? That I haven't lost weight as quickly as I thought I would. I haven't even lost a pound. It's been 17 days. Who gives a shit? 17 days is nothing. I know it's impressive that you've done it. It's impressive that you committed to it, made the change and got to 17 days. Congratulations. What an accomplishment. But the idea that you have some sense of how much weight you should have lost in 17 days is based on what? How much your cousin lost when they went on keto? I don't know. You got to think this. I don't have the answer for you. Here's one where I don't have the answer for you, but I see it all the time. Half my clients lose weight very slowly. I don't understand it, but they stick with it, the ones that do, and then they lose weight. So you in your mind have to realize, what is my time frame? How long am I going to give myself? 17 days? 30 days? And if you don't get the results in that time, what are you going to do? Quit? Okay. How many times have you done that? What result has that led you to? Where do you sit now with your weight? The answer may be to commit to something long-term. How could that not be the answer? Do you think if you continue to eat the way you're eating and exercise the way you're exercising and do everything you're doing for the last 17 days, if you do that for the next year, you still don't think you would have lost any weight? Maybe we've got to start thinking longer term. And if you do, it's going to set you up to be able to deal with these types of challenges. And again, I will end this by reflecting on an area of your life where you typically have a longer time frame, and that's college. If you've ever gone to college, never in a million years, say you went to college to learn biology, never in a million years would you get 17 days into your freshman semester and say, this isn't working. I don't know biology yet. Never would you start playing the piano and say it's 17 days. I still can't play the piano, because 17 days isn't really a lot of time. I know it feels like a lot of time when you're doing it. I get that. But when we take a step back and look at it, it's really not that much time. And you have some idea that I should have lost 4 pounds by now if this is going to work. But if you look at your behaviors, it's all changed. So it is working. What's not working is your time frame and your expectation of when you're going to start losing weight. And so again, it's up to you where you want to go. If we're going to live within a 17-day time frame, then pretty much the only thing that's probably going to work for your body, maybe, because maybe you're a slow weight loss loser, is maybe what's going to work for your body is you have to do something absolutely extreme that's unsustainable, or you got to change the way you think about it. And the choice is always yours, but you ought to compare the two choices and really consider where you think they're going to bring you. So I'm going to end it on that. But if you want to go deeper into this way of looking at things, please click the link in my bio, get the free hypnosis session, watch the video I made for you, read the emails, and that will hopefully start to, shift the way you're thinking in terms of time frames and moods and all the rest of this. It'll help you out. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. And I hope everyone's having a nice Friday. So here we sit on a Friday. What's up, Carrie? How's it been? Good morning, Jim, from the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Nice. We on a cruise. Sounds fun. Carrie, how's it going? Kent, how's it going? Happy Friday. Yeah, it's pleasure day. Absolutely. I kicked my pleasure day off tonight. Although I don't know, my week's a little weird. My wife's out of town, and so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing. No, Carrie, there goes. It takes years. Okay. Yeah, it does take years. Tough shit. Folks, you know what? I don't know. I definitely am in a mood this week. I've definitely noticed that. But on the other hand, you dieters, with your short time frames, I'm losing all patience with it, because the other side of the I want to lose weight fast is how long do you want to keep it off for? I mean, you can't. Stop it. Dieters, again, I might be offensive today, but you dieters are big old babies. Big old babies, dieters are. And it's so weird, because I know if you're listening to me, you're a smart, intelligent person who's like calm, cool, collected in a lot of situations. Like you're an overachiever, you're very productive, you're successful in your personal and private, professional life. And then when it comes to weight, though, you're a fucking baby. And what I mean by a baby is, imagine, like, I run my own business, right? And so imagine I got like 17 days into my business and I was like, oh my God, I haven't made any money yet. This isn't working. Again, I don't mean pick on the person. If the person who here wrote that to me, 'cause I'm going to make you a video, I'm going to respond back to it just specifically to you. But so I don't want you to get offended by this, but I do want you to hear what I'm saying, because again, it's, and I'm happy to refund your money, by the way. If your goal was, I want to be down by 17 days, and if I'm not, that's it. I'm happy to. I have no problem with that. Okay. So you're at a precipice here. Let me know. I'll give you your money back. Or you say, oh God, 17 days. You're right. And holy shit, look what I've done in 17 days. This is amazing. And I don't know if I stick with this, I'm absolutely going to get results. It's always a choice. We got always a fucking choice. Okay. And I'm tired of it, because you dieters don't even realize you're so locked in that little mindset of yours where it's like, if I don't lose weight this week, if I don't lose weight in 2 weeks, it's not working. What's not working? I mean, how many times can you, people say, oh, Jim, no matter what I do, I can't lose weight. I eat perfectly and I don't lose weight. I eat perfectly. How long do you eat perfectly for? It's been 17 days. I mean, again, listen, I respect that. I know it feels like a lot, and it is. Congratulations. But look at all the work you've done. Congratulations. Great. You've set yourself up for success here. Let's go. Not, oh, I haven't lost any weight, I'm going to quit. Because again, how long are you going to keep the weight off for? You dieters are so focused on losing weight that you never think about actually living at your goal weight. So another way to put what I'm saying is that you need to manage your weight for the rest of your life, right? Because you want to be at your goal weight. How long you want to lose the weight for? 17 days? 17 years? The rest of your life? And I know it's for the rest of your life. But then on the other hand, you're like, I don't want to fucking diet. I can't imagine dieting for the next year. Oh my God, no way. Save me. No. So how are you going to succeed? How? You hate dieting. The idea of dieting for the rest of your life is absolutely repulsive to you. To be honest, to diet for the rest of the next week is repulsive to you, which is part of the problem. How are you ever going to get yourself to diet? You absolutely hate doing it. So again, I guess my new phrase here this week I've noticed is I don't have to convince you. I don't give a shit what you think. I really don't. I'm sitting here at my goal weight because I have a very, very intentional, specific system I follow that includes my mindset, my lifestyle, my eating. I've been customizing it for 30 years, teaching it for 20 years. I see it work all the time for other people and for me. So I don't give a shit if you agree with me or don't. I don't care. I don't have to convince you of anything. If you're overweight and you're trying to diet, don't sit there smugly and act like you know all the answers. And I was a fucking weirdo on the internet. If you're overweight and you've been trying to lose weight for 10, 20, 30 years, don't you dare say to me, Jim, I know what I need to do. I just need to get myself to do it. Because you're so wrong. You don't even understand. You're 100 miles off the path. So, yeah, what are you going to do? 17 days. I gave it 17 days, Jim. I did everything perfect for 17 days. And I lose weight. So this didn't work. I quit. This ain't working. It's not working. Nothing works. Well, what else have you done? Oh, I tried Weight Watchers for 17 days. That didn't work. I tried keto for 17 days. That didn't work. They didn't work or you didn't give it long enough. Which is it? I don't know. Does the time frame matter at all, folks? I don't know. Because what are you, let me know. Please let me know in the comments. What are you basing your time frame on? What is it based on? I've studied this for a long time. You can't sit in front of me and I can tell you, okay, if you do this, you'll lose this much weight. I know the calorie calculators jerk you around making you think that. You can't possibly believe that. Every body is so different. All it takes, go study one metabolic lab study where they put a group of people into a metabolic lab and track all of their calories in and all of their calories out. And it's the same for each of them. And they all lose dramatically different amounts of weight over the same time period. Do you ever reflect on that, dieters? And you don't. And so you just think, what? Everyone loses weight at the same rate and speed. And so if you don't, it's because your body's broken? Broken? Is slow weight loss no weight loss? What if you don't lose weight for 17 days and then on the 20th day you lost 5 pounds? That happens all the time to my clients. Did you consider that? Oh, am I making things up? How do you explain what's going on? And my bigger question is this: what would happen if you continued to do everything perfect for the next month, the next year? What do you think would happen if you reduced your calories by 30% over the next year? You still think you wouldn't lose weight? I don't know. I don't really get mad at my clients, but sometimes. Yeah, there you go, Jody, right? Comparison's the thief of joy. Absolutely. Talk about that all the time in our coaching group. And he says, how do I overcome the voice telling me to eat when I'm full and the guilt? I mean, here you do. I don't think you overcome the voice so much as you start to interact with the voice, right? And interacting with the voice means you're going to mess up. And the messing up is a lot of times when you do the most valuable work. So you have this voice that says, come on, we got to eat. I have this voice. I think every client I have has this voice. I always joke. I think one of the most recent times I've done this is with sushi. Okay. So I'll go out to get sushi and it's like, come on, man, you got to get 5 rolls. If you don't get 5 rolls, you're going to be starving. If you don't get 5 rolls, you're going to be stuffed. And so, or you're going to be so hungry. And so I go in and I'm like, okay, I should get 4 rolls. And then I start freaking out like, no, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. So I get it. We all get that. We all have that pretty much. So how do you deal with it? It takes practice. It took me practice. First, it was the awareness that, holy shit, I keep thinking I need 5 instead of 4. And then it took me getting 5 and being aware of it and saying, holy shit, I'm so full. This is too many rolls. Next time I want to get 4. And then I walk in and say, okay, I'm gonna get 4 today. No, we're gonna be too hungry. Okay, give me 5. I eat too much of it. I'm so full. So remember this next time. Okay, that 5 is it's too much. Let's get 4 next time. And we're gonna feel like it's not enough, but it will be. Let's just test it out. And hey, if we're still hungry, we can order another roll. Then I walk in again. Okay, I got a plan. I want to get 4 rolls. Can I have 5 rolls, please? Well, hey, why'd you do that? Now you're gonna be stuffed again. Remember last time? And then I eat the 5 rolls. Jesus, it's too much. It's too much for us. Okay. Next time, get 4. We can get another one if we want. Just calm down and relax. Just do it. Let's just experiment. Let's just see what it's like. Next time I go in, can I have 4 rolls, please? Come on, get 5. Get 5. No, I'm going to do 4. I just want to do 4. No, get 5. Come on. No, we're going to do 4. I'm going to do 4. If I want to get more, I'll get another one. Just 4. Please get away from me. Just 4. 4 rolls comes in. I eat them. Yeah, I'm fine. Holy shit, this is crazy. It really was at work to find. Good job, Jim. I walk in the next time. All right, we're gonna do the 4 again. Can I get 5 rolls, please? God damn, why'd you do that? Hey, do you wish it wasn't like that? Hey, good for you. Tough shit. I think it is like that for me. And that's what using Program Yourself Thin to fix things. Because again, obviously on a very top level, oh, I used to get 5 rolls and I'm just going to start eating 4. Okay, great. You said that, but you're going to be able to just do it next time. And that's where dieters are so crazy. Dieters think they can just think something or start a plan or get a meal plan, and now they're just going to follow it perfectly. And it's the space between having your plan and getting yourself to do it that everything falls apart, and you have zero strategy to get yourself to follow a plan. And it's because you have no granular detail of how to run your mind. Your whole diet experience is based around someone giving you a plan and you trying to follow it perfectly. And you can follow it perfectly for a little while, and then you go back to what you always do. And here you are 30 years later doing the exact same thing. And it's because you've never learned how to change yourself. You don't know how to influence your brain. You don't know how to strategically influence your behaviors. You don't. Let's be honest. Let's at least just be honest. And that's why you're struggling. And that's why no diet's going to help it, because it's not, knowing what to do is not the fucking problem. The problem is getting yourself to do it consistently, and you have no idea to do that. You have no idea. Let's be honest. You've got willpower. You're a one-tool carpenter. Do you know what I mean? Like you got one tool and it's willpower. And it ain't up to the task anyways. And that's the irony of ironies, is that you got one tool, willpower, and you don't even know anything about willpower. You don't know about willpower like I do. Willpower is like a mental muscle, meaning you deplete it every day. So tell me if this sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I don't have to eat breakfast. I can skip, and I can skip lunch. I'm good with that. And then the afternoon though shows up and I can't stop eating. I'm binging. Was it possible that your willpower depletes over the day? So by the time the afternoon comes, A, your willpower is low, B, you haven't eaten anything, so you're undernourished, and your willpower runs on fuel, you know? A lot of people think of their willpower as a non-physical thing, like a soul or something. It's not. Your willpower is it's a mental muscle. Think of it that way. It's your prefrontal cortex, and your prefrontal cortex is the most energy intensive part of your brain. So, you know, you do the dieter move, the dieter shuffle, where you starve yourself in breakfast and lunch. And so now you get to the afternoon, you got no willpower and you're starving and you overeat, and then you get mad at yourself. Well, it was a stupid strategy to begin with. So, but how do I overcome the voice telling me to eat when I'm full in the guilt? Is you practice making better food decisions. And you do that really primarily by really connecting to the consequences consistently. I don't know if that means anything to you, but again, if you want to go deeper into this process, though, please go to my bio, click the link, get the hypnosis session, watch the video. I go into more detail of all this, because it's hard to explain a lot of things in great detail if you don't have the general context of what I'm talking about. And that video will give you some general context of how your mind works. I mean, I really think again, you'd have to tell me. Do you dieters not think your mindset matters? Do you think like what you think matters at all to your weight? Carrie's on her last day of the cruise. All right. Missed you this week. Yeah, no, I hadn't seen you. Yeah, there's Paula. The first time ever just taking my time losing weight. Thank you, Jim. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's hard. Again, I'm not blaming any of you dieters. I understand exactly where it comes from. You've been conditioned. We all have. We've been conditioned by the diet industry our entire lives at this point. I mean, literally, from the time we've all been born at this point, we've just been inundated when it comes to weight loss with diet marketing. Millions and millions and millions of diet ads we've been exposed to in our lives. So it forces us to think like a dieter. And so you're subconsciously trapped thinking like a dieter. And that's one of the core reasons you're struggling with your weight. You know? What's up, JK? Why, as you approach the goal weight and one morning the scale says you lost 2 pounds, why do you celebrate by eating a little too much? Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Again, when I say, how do we deal with the overeating or the binging? What you got to do, in my opinion, you've got to start to understand the pattern, the pattern nature of it, the pattern nature of your behavior. Okay. So when you say that, when you say, okay, when I have this pattern. So he says, oh, why every time, like when I lose, I get real close to my goal weight, then I go and I eat too much and I sabotage myself. Okay. So I want to start to understand, when I start to get close to my goal weight, that triggers me to overeat. And so again, this is emotional eating, by the way. Pretty much, in my opinion, all weight issues really revolve around emotional eating, because if you weren't emotional eating, you would just be eating to nourish your body. You would eat as much as you needed, get satisfied, stop eating. Okay. So anything beyond that to me is just in the category of emotional eating. And the emotional eating a lot of people focus on is the negative one, right? You feel stressed, depressed, angry, sad, whatever, and you end up eating. But there's the positive one too. And the getting close to our goal weight actually is a little bit of both. So on one hand, it's normal in this country to we're celebration mode, reward mode, food. Okay. So it could be a little bit of that, but it could also, again, be a little bit of fear. I've said this many times that I think a lot of you all have one core mindset. Okay. Your core mindset is your overweight mindset. So if you're overweight and have been overweight for a while, your mindset, your natural automatic mindset is to be overweight. Okay. So meaning if you just live your life, you just do your work, do your family, do whatever you do in life, and you're really not thinking about your weight and your eating, exercise, you just kind of put that shit in the background. And so you're just doing your stuff. You'll notice that all the decisions you make, all the eating you do, you hover around a certain weight and it's overweight. Right. And so that's your mindset right now. You have an overweight mindset. And then you start dieting. Now, dieting is not a mindset. Dieting is not a mindset because you never live as a dieter forever. You see what I mean? Like dieting is an anti-mindset, meaning dieting is not a mindset in of itself. It's basically a mindset that exists with your overweight mindset. And so as soon as you go into diet mode, the diet thing comes in and says, no, 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 no. Let's have some ice cream. No, no. Let's have some pizza. No, no, we don't do that anymore. Let's have some carbs. No, no, no. Let's have some more calories. No, 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 no. Okay. That's the dieting. And the problem here is this, that you can diet yourself right down to your goal weight, but we still got a core problem here. And that core problem is this, that you still only got an overweight mindset. You didn't during this process of dieting, you didn't create a new mindset. What you did is you just fought against your old mindset for a while. And at some point, it gets harder and harder to keep fighting against it. And so the difference between this process of fighting against your overweight mindset and what I'm talking about, what Programming Yourself Thin's about, is creating a new mindset, a thin and healthy mindset. Because the point I'm trying to make with your mindset is that it does all this stuff automatically for you. You're overweight automatically. Now, I want you to understand, because I know you feel like, oh, I'll just keep gaining and gaining and gaining weight. No, you don't. Very few people just keep on gaining and gaining and gaining. There's a thing we refer to as a weight set point, right? And so when you're not paying attention to your weight, typically your weight still kind of hovers around a thing. Now, I get it. It can go up a little bit more and more every year, but typically people aren't putting on 5 pounds a month, year after year after year. Okay. We tend to have kind of like this equilibrium set point. Right. And you're just naturally kind of hover around that. You're not trying to hover around it. It's funny, right? I mean, trying to do everything to lower it, but it seems to be stuck there. And what that is, it's because your mindset, it is how you think about it's your motivation. It's your self-image. It's the habits that are just on autopilot that you do. The habits of when you eat, what you eat, how fast you eat, your emotions. How do you deal with emotions? Right. You probably turn to food a lot to deal with your emotions. How do you think? You think like an overweight person. That's why you're overweight. And again, then there's maintenance, and that's, how you anticipate living the rest of your life. And you can't imagine dieting for the rest of your life. It's awful. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the core problem is not your willpower, right? That's the diet thing. Fighting against your mindset is your strategy so far. You have an overweight mindset. Everything's working against you. You know that every time you start to diet, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. By the end of the day, you're like, oh, my God, right? It's a whole day of fighting against yourself, only to be met by tomorrow, more fighting. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And how long can you keep it up? And it feels like an endurance test. It's you fighting against your mindset. How long can you do it for? Usually a couple days, sometimes a couple weeks, once or twice, a couple months. And that's it. And that's your experience. That's everyone you see's experience. And yet you just keep doing it. So what's the alternative? The alternative is to create a thin and healthy mindset that runs on autopilot to keep you at your goal weight. I sit in front of you as someone who's done it. I was 50 pounds heavier. I had a completely different mindset back then. And so do I still have to pay attention to what I'm doing? Yeah, of course. But most of it's running in the background on autopilot. My automatic thoughts create the motivation to want to stay on track. I have the self-image of a thin, healthy person. I have the habits of a thin, healthy person. I have the emotional responses of a thin, healthy person. I think like a thin, healthy person, and I maintain my weight like a thin, healthy person. And I say this to you because you've never even described it this way. So you literally don't get offended by this word. People are so offended by this word, but you're ignorant. And what I mean by that is that you don't even know what you don't know. And that is the fucking worst place you could possibly be. Because not only are you not on the path, but you don't even realize you're not on the path. What do you want from me? Is it not true? I don't know. Again, I hear myself being a little sharp this week, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to be. But so anyway, so I think a much better strategy is to start to retrain your mindset so that you naturally make the decisions that are going to give the body want. Don says, when I go to your website, I don't see the $97 hypnosis only deal. Yes. That has only gone out to my list so far. I got to put that on the website though. But, Don, if you want to email me at jim@programyourself, then, and Don, are you telling me you're not on my email list? If you're not on my email list, Don, I'm going to freak out. But, yeah, I sent it out. I got a couple emails going out because it's a special deal right now. It's going up to $197. I'm letting y'all know. So, get it while you can. But, yeah, just shoot me an email. I'll send you the link to it. Lex says, weight loss nutritionist. My client said they ate 1,000 calories in crumble yesterday morning and nothing else. 3 pounds. Oh, down 3 pounds today. Sure. I mean, that is a classic too. Anyways, you can lose weight eating cookies. You can, again, it really is a function of calories. But again, in the real world, most of the time, if you eat 1,000 calories of crumble cookies, you're going to eat another 3,000 calories of food that day, for the average person, Jody says, didn't take 17 days to put the weight on. Agreed. Again, it's not fair. I mean, it's just so crazy, but hey, whatever. Like say, well, oh boy, what would you tell her? Yeah. If I had a client come to me and said, oh, I ate 1,000 calories of crumble cookies and I lost 3 pounds. Yeah. So is that the plan now? I hear the giddiness in your voice. Is that the plan? We're going to the crumble cookie diet. We're eating 1,000 calories. Cause, again, dieters, the first problem with dieters is always, the first problem with dieters is that they think in a really short time frame. And so I could see dieters really falling for the crumble diet, but you have to zoom out and imagine what would a 1,000 calories of crumble cookies every day do for me? Even if I got to my goal weight, how am I going to feel after a week of eating only dieters don't like to do that. You know what I mean? Like they just to zoom in and see how quick I'll lose weight. Dieters are literally the most short-sighted people I know of. I don't think maybe gamblers, right? Like really, but dieters are like so short-sighted. It is unbelievable. And it's so weird because me anyways, I get to work with extremely intelligent people and extremely successful people. And it is always, literally I'm always still surprised. I don't know why. I have worked with some of the smartest. I mean, I've worked with like PhDs from Harvard in psychology. You imagine? There's like a PhD in psychology. So what the hell am I going to do? How am I going to help them? And then I took about a minute. So, right, Jim, remember, it doesn't matter how smart you are because as soon as it gets to weight loss, people quickly turn into, they let go of all of their greatest qualities and just become dieters and think like dipshits. I don't know any other way to put it. But anyways. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if someone wanted to eat crumble cookies, yeah. Kelly says, is PYT Club staying? It's a really good speed for me. It's so funny you just said that, Kelly, because I literally, before I got on here, I was tussling with that. Straight tussling. My problem in life is my brain. When I tell you I'm an overthinker, it is probably my biggest challenge in life in certain capacities because I have so many ideas and so many things I want to do. And I was thinking that exact thing. I said, I got the PYT Club. And I'm like, should I just shit can that? And I had a couple reflecting on it with in different situations. It was suggested that I get rid of that. And then I was like, yeah, I should just laser focus my energies is what I should do. I know this. But then there's the part that I want to be able to help everyone. I don't know. But then there's the level of financial commitment. And I know I'm sensitive to that. I don't know. I guess my answer is I'm not sure. I can't see any reason why I would get rid of it. Because, right, it does serve a purpose that people want to stay connected in some way. I don't know. I guess that's my answer. Let's see here. What's up, Sophia? Santina said, you're so right. Thank you. Don says, oh, I will go look at my emails. Yeah, go look at your emails, Don. I sent them something out last night, I think. I never go to emails these days. Too much junk going there. I knew it. See, I'm hearing all this stuff. It's throwing me right back in the loop because that's another, I will tell you a little sticking point in business school. One of the best books I read was called The Goal. And it was basically about a manufacturing company. It was about manufacturing and processes. And there was a concept of the bottleneck, right? Meaning that within any system, there's always a bottleneck. And for me, one of my big bottlenecks is how to deliver the program because I deliver it through email primarily. I send you emails, every day you get those. And that's why I started with this nudge app thing. So you download an app and then it sends it right to your phone. And I know that's going directly to you. And so I am literally right. I've been evaluating 2 programs that are they're community apps. And it would allow me to have an app. You could go to the app and it's all the program yourself stuff in there. And potentially it could be a free level for everyone that listens to the podcast. And it could put the podcast in there. I could just put everything in there in one spot. Again, there's still the membership area. So it would point to that stuff, but it would all kind of be just one more way to organize it. And I feel like, and if you all wanted to connect with each other and I can send messages through it. And I'm evaluating that one. This is my weakness when I have to make a choice and I've got 3 good options. Anyways. And then I hear you never go to your emails. Because I know a lot of people don't use their emails anymore. But Lisa says, I hate crumble cookies. I do too. I mean, geez, what are we doing? They're a little much, aren't they? My daughter, guys, my God, they're a little much. That's what I think. I'm kind of sensitive I'm sensitive to sugar. Yeah, crumble, yeah, so overrated. Santina, how long does it take to change one's mindset? That's a good question. And the answer isn't one you're going to like, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like, how long is it going to take me to lose 5 pounds? I don't know. It depends, right? So how long would it take you to change your mindset? It depends. And again, what do you even mean? You could change your mindset the day you listen to me one moment for a thing. You say, oh, Jesus, you're right. I don't want to lose weight. I want to live at my goal weight. There you go. Now your mindset's changed. So I know what you mean, though. You're talking about that critical mass, right? That when you finally, you accumulate enough little changes that you're kind of in this new place. And I couldn't give you an answer. That's like saying, how long does it take to learn piano? How long does it take to, learn a language? I don't know. It depends how much you do, how much energy you put into it, how much time you put into it, what level you take it up to. Are you working with a teacher? Are you trying to do it by yourself? Are you learning from a program? Are you just reading books? You know what I mean? There's just so many variables that it's hard for me to say. And even if everyone did the same variables, they're still going to be different, right? Because people are different. So again, I know that's unsatisfying, but my purpose here isn't to I'm not going to give you happy horse shit answers that sound good in the moment. I just give you the ones that I think are the most realistic. And sometimes it's unsatisfying, but I got to be honest with you. Lisa says, how's your shoulder? My shoulder is super duper great. Look at this, 5 weeks out. It just feels amazing. And I would say even this last week, it's feeling even better. It's really healing up now from the surgery, and it's amazing. The thing they fixed, it's like, oh my God, it's still nuts. But now what I'm dealing with is, see, this is where I am kicking myself in the pants because I lived with this for 4 years. And so over those 4 years, unfortunately, I kind of learned how to not irritate the shoulder, which means I learned how to not move a lot of muscles. And so if I'd gotten this done 4 years ago, I would have got the thing removed now with the shoulder trauma, but then all my muscles would have been fine. Now what I'm dealing with is the shoulder trauma healing. And then the muscles that I haven't used for 4 years, strengthening those and, making them more flexible and all that. So, but anyways, regardless, it's amazing. It feels like a miracle. Because in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna live this forever. So thank you for asking, but it's doing super duper great. What's up, Mama? How's it going? Steven says, every time I start well and it's going perfectly, I feel great and then no motivation. Yeah. That's literally every single dieter's exact same story. Just start great and then you fade. And it's not, it is motivation partly, but it's really, it's really not even motivation. The core problem you dieters have is you have no strategy. You have zero strategy, right? Because it doesn't matter, whatever plan you just insert plan, doesn't matter. Okay. It's always the same. The plan may be different, but it's always the same process, right? You get a plan. Oh, here's my keto plan. Here's my no sugar plan. Here's my 1,200 calories a day plan. Here's my Mediterranean diet plan. Here's my intermittent fasting plan. It doesn't matter. You pick your plan, right? That part's always, there's two sides of your weight loss equation. You've got the plan you need on one hand, and then what's the other side of it? It's always the same for every dieter. It's always, the plan's always maybe different between a dieter, but dieters always got two things: their plan that they're going to use or follow, and what's the other side of the plan? Let's articulate it. We don't usually articulate this way, but what's the other side of the plan? It's that you're going to use your willpower to force yourself to do this thing, right? And it's very interesting that every single dieter does the fucking exact same thing. So the one variable is the plan. So again, you talk to 5,000 dieters, 100,000 dieters, 1,000,000 dieters. Okay. Do you got a plan? Yeah. And now again, the plan could be well-defined. I'm going to do keto. I'm going to do this real strict thing, or it could be, I'm going to start making healthier choices. Doesn't matter. Whatever your plan is your plan. Okay. Everyone's got a plan. And then this is where everyone does the exact same thing as on this side. I'm going to use my willpower and force myself to follow the plan. Now, here's the fascinating part is, don't you all start following the plan 100% on day one, right? Right? Is there anyone out there who starts the plan 20% of it? Any of you out there 20% keto to work up to 100? You ever heard of that? So, especially my people. I'm not saying there's no one that does it, but again, I really focus on overthinkers and perfectionists. So anyways, okay. So you dieters, you all use your willpower and you jump right into a plan 100% day one. And the plan is, the goal every single time you start a diet, regardless of what the plan is, okay, it's Monday. Let's do this, right? Monday, I'm going to be perfect. And then let's think about it in the back of your mind. Monday, I'm going to be perfect. Tuesday, I'm going to be perfect. Wednesday, I'm going to be perfect. Thursday, I'm going to be perfect. Friday, I'm going to be perfect. Saturday, I'm going to be perfect. Sunday, I'm going to be perfect. Right. As first week, and I was perfect. Nice. Step on the scale. Down 1.5 pounds. Oh, that's not very much. All right. Tomorrow's Monday. Monday, I'm going to be perfect. Tuesday, right? And in your mind, you think you're going to be perfect till what? Till you reach your goal weight. Talk about hypnosis. Talk about delusion. What sense does that make? Right. But that's what it is. You approach it as an endurance test. I'm going to be 100% perfect until what though? And that's what I'm obsessed with. Until you stop. Until you can't keep it up anymore. Now you could say your motivation disappeared. You could say your willpower ran out. You could say your cravings got too strong. You could say, oh, I got distracted, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's always the same story, that your willpower, your focus, you can't change through focus alone. If you had to, it's like, imagine we had bodies where we had to remember to breathe. We'd all be dead. We're not built to micromanage repetitive small choices. And it's estimated you make over 200 food decisions a day. So when you go on a diet, you're intentionally making 200 decisions a day and influencing them and fighting against your automatic ones. And you do that for a little while, and then you burn out and you have no more energy to do it and you stop. So, again, when we say every time I start well and it's going perfectly, I feel great and then no motivation. Yeah, you don't feel great. You feel fucking tired. You feel exhausted. It feels hard. You feel great physically, to some degree. You feel great mentally. You kind of change some stuff, but it's too hard for you to keep it up. As soon as you get tired, bored, that here comes the weekend, you don't want to eat that way and you feel trapped. So you don't feel great. I mean, you feel, I know what you mean. I know you feel great in certain ways, like a little bit, but subconsciously you feel terrible. It feels like, Jesus Christ, I'm freaking out here. I don't know how long I can keep this up. And that's why you stopped. Yeah, Don said, yep, apps of the future. Yes, I agree. Ken said, I'm starting to go into redo rehearsal prior to deviating from my strategy. Oh, what would, see now, Ken's like a superstar here, I'll tell you, with the program. Ken just gets it. I like it. Yeah, what would the thin me do? Right? Smart move. Perfect, Ken. Yeah. Prior. That's right. You're rehearsing things more. That Ken, everything you're saying makes me happy because it makes me you're responding to the redo rehearsal technique the perfect way that I imagine it. And that's helping me define it better. So great job, man. You're really using the program. I'm proud of you. What's up, Cindy? How's it going? Santina says, read or rehearse. Why again? Like 1 step forward, reading info, 2 steps back, revisiting errors. Oh, this is a big move for you, Santina. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. If I understand your question right, redo rehearsal. Why again? Why would we redo something we did wrong? Right? Are we revisiting our errors? If that's what you're asking, as if the error of making it once was enough, let's just leave it in the past. To me, that's denial. That's you just ignoring a problem, and beating yourself up is revisiting it and not fixing it. So I would suggest when we make a mistake, when we have an error, we basically have 3 options. Okay. Once we make a mistake, we ate too much. Okay. We can just forget about it. Oh shit, I'm not going to do that ever again. Right. Or we could say, God damn it, why'd you do that again? You're always overreading. Every single time we start doing well, you start overreading. Well, that ain't helpful because now you're revisiting it. Okay. And then the third option, you go back to the error and you say, knowing what I know now, if I could have been the person I really want to be, being calm, relaxed, connected to my health goals, feeling grounded, feeling empowered, feeling clear-headed, what would I have done in that situation? You say, oh, you know what I would have done? I would have done that. Out of those 3, which one do you think is going to be most helpful? Now, I'm biased, obviously, but I'm going to take the redo one, whereas I'm going to redo it. Let me learn from my mistake. So it's not to revisit the mistake, to replay it. It's to redo it in a way where you learn from it and you learn something. So the next time it happens, you're more prepared. So hope that helps. Carrie says, we accept that we aren't perfect and show ourselves grace. Yeah, of course. Of course, you got to show yourselves grace. Man, John just asked a question. What are the parameters for a thin, healthy body? I love that question so much that I'm actually, one of the things I'm going to do, will I get it done today? I don't know. But one of the things I'm going to do is anyone ever who's been a Program Yourself Thin customer is going to get a 48-hour trial of Gym AI. And you'll get that anyways. But one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to specifically take you through setting your goal weight, because I am realizing over and over and over again that is such a sticking point for people. And I have a training on it, but I think having my clone take you through it's going to be really helpful. So what are the parameters for a thin, healthy body? I would say it's a little bit of 2 factors. The first one is, I think somewhere I would absolutely reference the BMI chart. Absolutely. Okay. And what I mean by that is that I would not want to be in the obese category or in the past the halfway point of the overweight category. Anything under that, I think. So once we're under that, now it's up to you. Okay. What do you want to weigh? What's a thin, healthy body for you? Because we can't just look at the health in terms of physicality. And that's why I say there is a physical part, right? And so I think the BMI is good for the physical part. Just we get in the ballpark. I don't want to be past the halfway point of being overweight. Anything from about halfway of the overweight point to, down to the bottom of probably halfway to underweight. That's probably a healthy-ish range physically. Okay. But we got to look at the other side of healthy too, because if we just look at a BMI chart and you think getting to this number that's a thin and healthy body, but to do that is extremely stressful, intense for you. Like all you have to obsess about weight all the time and you don't like it. Your quality of life goes down. You don't like living this way. Well, then that's not a good spot. So we can't just look at the number. We got to balance it out with what it takes to live at that number. And I think that's how you find the sweet spot for what's the right goal weight for me, or that thin, healthy body. What is my goal weight? I hope your goal weight that you're aiming at is the weight that gives you the highest quality of life. And part of that is the physical body that you're going to be living in. But the other part of it is your mindset, your how you feel about living to live at that goal weight. And a lot of you dieters are picking a goal weight that's so low, you don't even want to live there. I was talking to someone yesterday in the group coaching call, and she shared for years she lived at an extremely low weight and was absolutely obsessed with her food and everything to right on the edge of it being disordered if it wasn't, which it probably was. And it was an unpleasant way to live. And she didn't continue to live that way. So again, I think a lot of dieters pick a weight that's lower than what they're willing to live at. And so I think a lot of times the answer is to kind of bring the weight up a little bit and find that sweet spot. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear that. I just want to be this pound, but you've been saying that number for fucking 30 years and you haven't get close to it. Wouldn't you like to be 60% closer to that weight comfortably and enjoyably living your life? And the fact that you're answering no is why you're stuck. So Don says, by redo, do you mean just talking yourself through it? I can't imagine you mean overeat again. No, of course I don't mean overeat again. Yeah, it's a mindset. It's a mindset technique. I call it a hypnotic programming technique. That's the core of the weight mastery program. Is that's kind of, there's Program Yourself Thin, which is the hypnosis. I'm sorry, the weight mastery program. I'm going to call it that. And in the weight mastery program, again, this is where you learn how to control your weight. And you learn the weight mastery technique, and that's the redo rehearsal technique. And you use that to program your subconscious mind. So that's the core technique of the weight mastery program. And then there's the weight mastery blueprints. So that's what they mean. But no, it's not overeating with it again. Ken says, stick with it. It's made a huge difference in changing my eating. Yeah. Yeah, Santina, absolutely. Keep sticking with it, Santina, and watch the training again. Okay. Cause that kind of implies that you didn't, that training didn't go in all the way or you didn't watch it. But, I would definitely watch that because now it's on your mind. And I think the training will blow you away. And I think the training I would suggest for you to watch is you go into a membership area, go to the bonus section, live weekly calls, and scroll down to the redo rehearsal. The scroll down the first redo rehearsal you get to. And, there's a couple of them there. Watch those ones. They're the most recent ones. I'd suggest those. Okay. But yeah, they're absolutely going to help you. The redo rehearsal technique is the cornerstone of the whole program. And, it really gives you the ability to reprogram your mind. Like literally, it's not, again, just to that point, it's not like, I always say this, I'm not really teaching you how to hypnotize yourself. Like you all hypnotize yourself constantly. There's no like, oh, can I be hypnotized? You can be, and you are. The difference is that you don't know how to run the hypnosis. You're kind of at the mercy of it right now. So with Program Yourself, then you learn how to actually run your mind. So there's that. All right. Gotta get out of here though. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. This has been great. Great questions as usual. If you're not in my world, make sure you click the link in my bio, go get the hypnosis session, watch the video, read the emails. If you don't follow me, right? So wherever you're at, if you like this stuff, follow me. I'm always putting new videos out, new things going on. What else? If you like this languagey talking I'm doing here, this is a podcast, Program Yourself Thin. I'm here live every day, pretty much Monday through Friday around noon Eastern, but then I take the recordings and I put them up on the podcast, and you can find the podcast Program Yourself Thin anywhere. So go check that out. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Program Yourself Thin as a program itself is it just sold as a hypnosis standalone program now. So that's big news. So you can get the whole hypnosis program, $97. Best program. It's the best hypnosis program on the planet. No question. I say, if you can find a more comprehensive hypnosis program, let me know. I'll give you $100. All right. You're not going to find it. So that's available right now as a standalone program, which makes it the perfect program for right now because it's a holiday season program. You don't have to change shit. All you got to do is dedicate 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, if you really want to get good results, to transforming your mindset naturally, comfortably. So go check that out if you're interested. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a super